Hi everyone, a very good evening to all of you, and welcome once again to the free Shiksha IELTS daily classes. So we are back again, once again with the free Shiksha daily classes, and these classes we started in the month of June, and then we had been continuing with the IELTS classes, bi-weekly or sometimes 3 days or 4 days in a week. And now we are here today with the daily classes again. So in these free Shiksha daily classes, we will be covering up each and every module of IELTS exam, which are reading, listening, writing, and speaking. And those of you who are joining us for the first time, then definitely welcome all of you. And these classes will be very beneficial because we are going to cover up each and every subtopic also in detail. Okay, and I would love to see your names and your places from where are you watching us live. So definitely comment it down on the comment section. I would love to read out your names and locations. And apart from that, there is a small piece of information which I would like to share with all of you. That is, please do not forget to register with us with the help of the link which is given in the description below. So that link will directly take you to our landing page where you can actually download the free sample papers of IELTS exam, okay, related to each and every module. So yes, these classes are going to be very, very fruitful for all of you, especially for the serious IELTS aspirants. So if you're trying to give IELTS exam and you need some information or you need to prepare by yourself or you need material for practicing, then definitely this is the platform which I would suggest for all of you. And also you can get in touch with our expert counseling team which would give you the free counseling sessions if you need any information regarding the IELTS exam. And these classes are going to be held every weekday, that is Monday to Friday, which you can also see it on your screen in front of your mobile or laptop screen. So Monday to Friday will be these classes, and the timings would remain the same throughout each and every day, that is 5 to 6 p.m. Okay, so the topic for today's class is to be covered. You can see it on your screen. So we are going to start with the reading module. So let me just put it down here so that it's not confusing for any one of you. So we are starting with the reading module, and gradually we will move on to another module as well, that is listening, and then we'll move forward with writing, and in the end we'll finish off with the speaking module. So today I'm going to cover up, or we are actually going to focus on two kinds of questions which you will encounter in your IELTS reading paper. And those two questions are true, false, not given, and yes, no, not given. Okay. So what I'm going to do is in these classes, first of all, I'm going to give you some information about the particular question which we are going to learn on the particular day. And after that, I will be sharing few tips, few strategies, the skills which are needed for that particular question. And in the end, I will be concluding the session with the sample question as well as the answer, so that as an IELTS candidate, what kind of questions are there in the IELTS exam, especially in the reading part or in the listening part, or whichever module is going on that particular day. And of course, you will get a very good familiarity with the questions after looking at the sample questions and answers. So without any further delay, let's start with the today's class. And guys, please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is with the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad. Okay. So without any further delay, here is the first slide in front of you. So we are going to start with true, false, not given. Then I'll give you some information about yes, no, not given questions as well. And in the end, I will conclude it with the difference between these two kind of questions, because mostly the IELTS candidates, they get confused between true, false, not given and yes, no, not given questions, because these might look very similar or very same in nature, but definitely there is a difference between both of the questions. So for true, false, not given questions, you will be given a set of statements and a text. Text means a paragraph or a passage divided into several paragraphs. Okay, so your task is to decide which of the following applies to the information in each statement. So for example, there will be 3 statements given to you in the question itself. It agrees with the information in the text, so that means you'll have to write true. And please do not write T, F and NG. Okay, please do not use the short forms. You will have to write the full form, that is TRUE, the full word. Okay, many times I have seen IELTS candidates giving shortcuts as the answer, so that will not be acceptable. Even if you have given the right answer, still you need to write it down in full words. Okay, now it disagrees with it or contradicts it. So that means if the question is contradicting with the statement in the paragraph, then definitely the answer would be false. Okay, and if something is not mentioned in the paragraph regarding the question, that means it's not given simply, or even if partial information is shared with you, still the answer will be not given because it's not specified completely. All right. So this was some information about true false not given. Now we'll move forward with another slide which says tips. So here are few essential tips which you should keep in mind before attempting these kind of questions. So first tip which I would like to share is the answers appear in the same order in the text as the order of the statements. This is a very crucial tip because the order remains the same. That means if you have got the first answer in the first paragraph, then definitely the second answer would be somewhere below the first answer where you got the first answer, right? So please do not waste your time by looking here and there, or drifting yourself from the hierarchy of the questions. So wherever you got your first answer, the second answer would definitely be just below it, okay, and not above it. Now, the second tip is you don't need to read the whole text. Again, a very important point. You do not need to, understand each and every word because you might not require it for your answer. So first you will scan the keywords and then you will read it in detail, the section in which they are located for the answer. So definitely skimming and scanning is something very important, and every time every tutor or every IELTS trainer or examiner, they tell you about the skimming and scanning techniques because these are very much required in your reading as well as listening paper. All right. Now, third tip is there will be at least one of each answer type. So that means you will have to write true, false, and not given. These all three words will be there in your answers. So, for example, 5 to 7 questions are given to you in the IELTS reading paper related to your true false not given questions. So two might be true and three might be false. So one of them or two of them will be not given. That means each of the answer will get at least one chance. Okay, so if you're getting all true, or if you're not getting not given as one of the answers and only you're getting true and false, then definitely there is some mistake. Please cross check your answers in that case. Now, fourth is watch out for distractors. Now, what are distractors? Words like every, or a few, all, always, some, often, most, occasionally. So these are few of the words which you might get distracted with, but you do not have to get distracted because these are just there to confuse you. And if these words are there, then definitely you should look out for these words because these will completely change the meaning of the sentence. These single words can completely change the meaning of a sentence. Example, Tian Tian often meets up with her friends after work. Now, often has been replaced by occasionally. So, often and occasionally, these are quite contradictory or opposite in nature. Hence, you can see that the complete meaning or the complete significance of the sentence has changed. Right? Now, in true false not given questions, the meaning of the statement must be an exact match with the information in the text to be true. So we already know if the statement in the question is matching with the statement in the passage, then definitely our answer is true. But if it is contradicting to the passage, then it's false. And if something is not given partially or completely, then the answer is not given. Now, fifth tip is also be on the lookout for qualifying words that express possibility or doubt, such as seem, claim, suggest, possibly, and so on. So these words are known as qualifying words, and these also act as some kind of distractors. So please look out for these words. Now, the statements won't be a word for word match to the information in the text. They will contain synonyms and paraphrasing. It's the meaning that you're trying to match. So basically, your focus should be on the meaning of the sentence, which you will have to match with the sentence, with the meaning of the sentence in the passage. Seventh tip is the test is not an assessment of your knowledge of the topic, but only of your ability to read and understand the specific information. Okay, so you do not need to understand each and every word or each and every line in the paragraphs, But of course, you need to understand the meanings of few words which will help you to locate your correct answers. The eighth tip is remember that at least once you will get the answer as not given, as I said in the previous slide as well. Now, there are few strategies which you should apply to get a higher band in these kind of questions. So, what are those strategies? Let's go through them. First is read the instructions carefully. Double check whether it is a true, false, not given or yes, no, not given question. Read the statements and try to understand the meaning of each. Do this before reading the text. Think about possible synonyms that might appear in the text and note any qualifying words or statements. Okay, so we have already talked about qualifying words, so I'm not repeating it here, but yes, you have to take care of your synonyms and paraphrasing, because when you are looking for the answers in the passage, especially in the IELTS reading exam, those won't match with the words in the question. That means the language will be paraphrased, so you'll have to note down the synonyms very carefully. Fourth is underline the keywords. So wherever you see the keywords or the highlighting words or important words, then please underline them for your own ease. Okay. Fifth is reread the statement one and scan the first paragraph. So maybe two for the keywords or synonyms of them, and scanning will locate where the answer is, but detailed reading of this section of the text is now needed to decide if the specific information you're looking for is true, false, or not given. Okay, so sometimes you'll have to read it in detail in order to be clear and for your own satisfaction that yes, I'm writing the correct answer. So you need to cross check that. And how would you cross check that? By reading it in detail, by not skipping even a single line. So sixth is make your decision. Okay, that remember that to consider these three things. To be true, the information must exactly match. To look carefully for qualifying words that might change the meaning. And if you're struggling to find the answer, it's probably because it's not there, so the answer will be not given. So in case you're looking for a statement and you want to match it with the passage, but you're not able to find that statement in the passage, then how would you say that it is true or false? That means it's not given, right? It's simple. So not given questions might seem might sound confusing or tactful, but they are not in real sense, especially when you get into the practice of true, false, not given questions. So the more you practice, the more you will realize that finding the not given answers for the questions will be very easy. So a big challenge. Let's see what is the biggest challenge for these questions. So the challenge is that for some statements, the not given ones, you will be searching for the information that is not there. So in that sense, you will be wasting your time. So my advice personally would be not to look for one answer for more than 1 or 1.5 minutes, because that is how you should actually divide your time for each and every question. As you know, IELTS reading is a very time restricted paper. So you need to finish all the 40 questions in those 60 minutes in that 1 hour. So of course, planning and organizing the timing and the paper is very important. So this is the first reason why some people fear it. Okay, why some people are actually afraid of these kind of questions. So it's very easy to waste a huge amount of time going over and over text to check that you haven't missed the information. Now, second challenge is the unfamiliarity of this type of question. Most people have looked for true, false, not given statements in the text back in their school days, but may have no experience of not given statements. Hence, it is extra important to have a strategy that gives you the confidence to make your decision and move swiftly on. Now, here is a sample passage which I have prepared for you, and the title says A Secret Well Kept. Now, these are the questions, and I have also listed down the answers and the explanations. How did we actually derive these answers as true and true for first and second question? So later on, when you want to rewatch this video or you want to learn by yourself that why or how did this answer came, how did this answer come, okay? So definitely you should look out for this video so that you realize that, okay, this is how we actually derive true, false, or not given answers. So later on, you can come here and just revise these questions. Okay. Now we come to the yes, no, not given questions. So let's discuss for that. So of course, if it agrees with the views of the writer, then it is yes. Again, please do not use the short forms y, n, and ng. Please write it as yes, no, and not given. So if it disagrees with or contradicts with the writer's view, okay, then it is no. And if it's possible to know what the writer's point of view was or is, then definitely it is not given. So again, I would like to share few of the tips which will help you to, solve these questions very easily. First is the answers appear in the same order in the text as the order of the statements. So you don't need to read the whole text. First, you will scan for the keywords and then you will read it in detail. So guys, you will realize here, just a small reminder, that the tips not given and yes no not given still remains the same, although there is a slight difference between these two kinds of questions. But of course the tips remain the same because the approach is similar for both the questions. Okay, so third is there will be at least one of the answer. That means again, yes, no, not given, you will have all these three answers in your list when you are actually solving the paper. Fourth is watch out for distractors. Now, I have already told you what are distractors. So again, few of the words are listed down here. And the example has also been given where often and occasionally word was used. Now, if I take you to the fifth tip, also be on the lookout for qualifying words. Again, same. So the view or opinion of the writer may not be immediately clear from the text. Okay, so you may have to determine this through what they say. Alright, so whatever the author is saying in the passage, you will have to read their views and whatever they have written in the passage, and then you will have to come to a conclusion that whether I'll have to write yes, no, or not given as the answer. Now, seventh tip is the statements will contain synonyms and paraphrasing, so be on the outlook for these. So, as I have already reminded you in the previous tips of true, false, not given questions, that you need to look out for the synonyms and for paraphrasing, okay, because the language or the words would not be same. Eighth is remember that at least one answer will be not given. Again, we know that. So, strategy, let's look at the strategy for yes, no, not given. Again, read the instructions carefully, then read the statements and try to understand the meaning of each. Think about possible synonyms and underline the keywords. Okay, then reread the statement one so that you cross check your answer, make your decision again, and repeat the process for the remaining questions. Now, the big challenge. What is the biggest challenge here? Again, the challenge remains the same, that yes, no, not given question is that for some statements, the not given ones, you will be searching for the information which is not given. Okay, so again, you will have to waste a little bit of your time, but of course, with more practice, you will understand that finding the not given questions is the easiest thing, okay, in the reading paper. So this is the first reason why some people fear it, and all the pointers remain the same which I have just explained. Again, there is a sample question here, and the title says Hey Joy. So guys, always remember that the titles and the subtitles which are given to you in the reading paper are very, very crucial, and they cannot be ignored because they help you to understand the context and the theme of the passage or the paragraph. That is, what is the paragraph actually talking about? So for example, Hey Joy, this tells us, or maybe we can guess it out before actually reading it, that okay, there is a person named Joy and the paragraphs might be related to that person, right? Or joy can be actually related to the joy or the delight which we actually get, or the happiness, right? So yes, these are few of the guesses which you can actually make before actually reading or attempting to read the passage, because this will make it easier for you to, look out for the correct answers. Now, if you look at the questions, again, 1 and 2 questions. So people, let me just number them for your own ease. So first question is this, and second is this. So maybe you would like to go through all of these once you have understood the tips and strategies. So I would advise all of you who want to practice by yourself and understand that on which level are you, right? Or have you understood what I'm trying to convey to you through this class? So definitely please go through these sample question and answers, and I have also listed down the explanation so that if you want to cross check your answer whether you're writing it correct or not, you can do that. And of course, now we come to the basic thing, or the very important thing, in fact, difference between true, false, not given, and yes, no, not given questions. So some students get confused between these two kinds of questions. It's all about the type of information contained in the text. So let's understand what is there in true, false, not given. So the text will actually contain factual information about a topic. So for example, a topic or a title is given to you and few paragraphs related to that are given to you, and all the factual information given there, that means you will have to write true, false, or not given. Whereas in the yes, no, not given questions, the text will contain the opinions, views, and beliefs of the authors. For example, the author is giving his opinions and beliefs, and there are paragraphs being written by that particular author. You will have to read those opinions, and then you will have to realize and come to a conclusion whether I should write yes, no, and not given. Okay, so this is the basic difference, that in true, false, not given, factual information will be given to you, whereas in the yes, no, not given questions, there will be an author talking about his opinions, beliefs, and views. So guys, this was all from my side. Now, if you have any questions, then please put it down on the comment section. And again, I would like to give you a small reminder, which I gave to you in the starting of the class as well, that please do not forget to register with us, because we have lots of sample papers which you can download for free and make use of your practice session. And of course, if you have any doubts later on also after the live video, you can always comment it down on the comment section, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. And with the help of the registration link which is given in the description below, you can register with us for free, and also you will get the benefit of free counseling sessions. If you need any information about IELTS, TOEFL, PTE, or any other migrating exam, then definitely our free counseling team is sitting here just right here to help you. Free counseling sessions, you do not have to pay anything. So what can be better than this, right? So yes, if you have any questions regarding the IELTS exam, please put it down on comment section. And I'm waiting for 1 minute. I'll take up your questions one by one. But yes, if you do not have any questions, then you are free to leave. And thank you so much again for joining us. Tomorrow also we will be coming up with another subtopic, most probably diagram-based questions and multiple choice questions. So those are also one of the easiest, you can say, or maybe for some candidates those are quite tricky and difficult to manage. So tomorrow I'll be providing you with the tips and strategies, or the sample questions, example questions for diagram based and MCQs. So today we learned about true, false, not given, and yes, no, not given questions. Yes guys, so any other question from your side? And you're also welcome to write down your questions later on as well. For example, if you want to watch any video from the past, then definitely you're welcome to do that. And that you'll have to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is with the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad. So yes, we have lots of videos, free videos for you, which from where you can actually take help and increase your band score within a very limited span of time. Alright, so here I take your leave. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time, 5 to 6 p.m. between that. And till then, take care and keep revising your IELTS. Bye-bye, guys.